I'm going to bring us out of the clouds here. Back down to the bottom over here. See that door on the left? That's the doorway to the Zohar. And so this is our final shear here in this system over here on the Korach. Let me see if I can find where we're at. Here we are. So we've gone through a lot, listened to a lot of the ideas of what's going on with Korach, how we understand the different things that Hashem is looking for, and what exactly was the problem with Korach. Serious problem. Led him into real major trouble. So now they take this pasuk from our parsha, and it says like this. I guess we'll go down on the bottom. That's how we're reading it. V'yiflu al panehem, and they said like this. They prayed to Hashem. They fell on their faces. Now, in the society that we live in, people don't do this. So we must understand that this is our heritage. These are the people. This is the customs of the people of those days. That they bowed down. They were a tremendous Yerushalayim. V'yiplo panecha v'yomer kale elokei haruchos l'chol basar. Now this is an interesting kale. This word kale. Elokei haruchos, the God of the spirits, of the winds. L'chol basar, and for all flesh. Ha'ish echad yechete. So he says like this. This is what they say to Hashem. One man sins. V'kol edet tiksav. And you're going to be angry with the entire congregation. Tochazi Moshe v'Aaron maser gamaychon lamesu. Come and see. It says like this. Moshe and Abram and Aaron, they really gave their lives over to. They were ready to die. Bavare, come and see. Ki Moshe v'Aaron maser atzman lemisa. So the pasuk Lecha Hashem nafshe asa, which is the secret of this pasuk, which we say Lecha Hashem, to you Hashem nafshe asa, I am lifting up my soul. Now in Kabbalah, in the prayers in Kabbalah, there's a great deal of this. There's a great deal of it. The idea of giving over your soul to the Arba Mises. They're based in, has a tremendous effect on your prayers. Let's get that organized. So the pasuk Alecha Hashem nafshe asu kedei la'alos mam, because what happens when you're willing to give up your life for Hashem? This is like the ultimate statement that you're bringing up. That is the mayim nukva, the real man. V'legrom yichud zun, and it causes a yichud in olam atzilus between the male and the female force. V'yedei zu azeh, and through this lahamtik has ordered this hadinim mikol yisrael mechlal yisrael, to sweeten the arousal of the dinim that are always coming, Mikal Yisrael, in the Jewish people, Bama, wow, how? Bama, Anu Roim, so how do we see this? V'omer begin because it's written like this, the fish akasav v'yiplu al panehem, and they fell on their faces, besod nefilas apayim, and that is, they were, let's just see, they fell on their faces, which is sound, nefilas apayim sounds like what Ashkenaz call Tachnun, but let's see what he means. V'yomer kel elokei haruchos, so they confessed before Hashem, and they said these words. Kel elokei haruchos, the God, Kel elokei haruchos, the God of the ruchos. V'omer ruchos kesiv chaser vav. But it says, wait a minute, let's look back over the word, the way it actually appears in the pasuk. In the period of the pasuk, it's written ruchos, like this. Without the extra vav, it's missing a vav. Now, we just had this idea of when the pasuk was missing a yud, when the call talked about the kriya eda. They didn't have any chochmah in it. They cut themselves off from it. Kasiv chaser vav, so it's missing a vav. Shows vav he sowed eitz hachayim shebezer anpin, because the vav represents their anpin. Here the Zohar is calling him, according to Matuk, it's calling him the Eitz HaChaim, it's calling the Eitz of Chaim, Eitz Chaim, Shebezer Anpin, which is in Zer Anpin, but begin Kach, Lefi Shechazer Vav, so since it's missing this Vav, V'chein Ilun the Dumuzahu, that makes it into a tree of death. Hashem Elokei HaRuchos, Hu Be'etz HaMavos, Shu HaMalchus. So if there's an Eitz HaChaim, there is also a Eitz HaMavos, and he says, where is the Eitz HaMavos found? Shu HaMalchus. Malchus is the Eitz HaMavos. Why would Malchus be the eighth of? We're talking about the Malchus of Itzilus. Why would it be called the tree of death? So we answer sheyesh ba'achizas achitzoni, because Malchus, no matter what, is always polluted by kitzonis, by lies and false ideas and false images. Darga de Musa, which is really the path of death, the level of death. So if you don't know where you're at, you can't believe anything that your words hear. Uvakal aser nefilas anpin lahaku aser habi. The Bakal Malchus nefilas apayim. So whenever a person falls on his face, hulitzad and Malchus is always his face is down towards Malchus. Ki alecha ma'ala adam as nafsho yachad inaman, because with Malchus, which is the ultimate down, which is the ultimate gravitational force, the pull downwards, with his face down on that, along with that, he is offering up to this together with his Mayim Nukvin, his prayers. Because he says this name, Kael Elokei, Shuhu Malchus. Now, I understand some of it. I'm trying to get a little bit more. So let's see one more paragraph. This will be a short shear today. Vomer Kael. So he says the word Kael. That's the first word, right? Raya ki shem Kael hu b'Malchus. So how do we know that shem Kael is in Malchus? Now, what does he mean? It's, in other words, another name for Malchus is the name Kael. This is the meaning of this. Zeshakasav v'Kael zoem b'kol yom. So the Kael is foaming all day long. Pirish HaMalchus he is hazoem is bedin. He's always foaming from this din. I get it, begam shetachtonim gormim ba, because when we sin, and we get involved in the klipos and the false ideas and all the wrong way to go in life, shetachtonim gormim ba b'avonosim v'koro b'shem Kael. So she's called Kael because of the battering that she takes from that. I'm not sure I understand that 100%, because I always thought Kael was another word for chesed. So therefore, I'm not sure. Hashem, Kael Rachum V'Chanam, that Kael over there. V'gam Nikros Elokei Aruchos, but Malchus is also called, not only is Malchus called Kael, but she's also called the god of the winds, the god of the spirits. Mitam De'ihi Aser Tzurula B'Nishpasim Da'alma B'Ki HaMalchus, Hi HaMakom Shahanashamas V'Haruchos Shab'Necha B'Adam Olos Ba V'Tzraros Ba. Now let me translate this a harder sentence. Because the Malchus is, what is Malchus? Malchus is a place, Shan Neshamas v'Haruchos, the Neshamas of people, and the Ruchos, their breath, and their Panemius, and their godliness, whatever godliness is with them, Shal B'nei HaOlam, of the people of the world, Olos Ba v'Nitzraros Ba, and they tie themselves, Nitzra I think means to tie themselves to her. Because Nishmasim, Tam, and Salkin, so all of the souls go up to that place. Because Nishamas Olo Shamba, because Laila Be'ez and Nishina. V'chein Achar B'tiris Adam, and then also when a person is no longer, his body is no longer useful in this world, and he's excused from this world. The Mitan Asian, and Mitaman Asian, and Misham, Bos, and Nishamos, the Olam Hazah, that's also the place of the Nishama. So the contact, I guess what he's answering here is, what did the pasuk mean? Why did they need to fall on their face? And then why particularly did he use these particular words, which are, where do they go? V'keil zoim, not the keil zoim, the words are over here. V'yiplo b'nech v'yomer keil alokei haruchos. L'chol bas. So he had to tell us the keil and elokei, that means malchus. Haruchos, that's the breath that's spread into the world. L'kol basar, not sure. This is Baruch Fleischman. This has been the Tikkun Elevator Kollel, looking at this shear in Parshas Korach.